to What We're Enjoying Wednesday, part of Elmhurst Public Library at Home, the library's online program series. This week, in honor of Pride Month, our staff will be talking about their favorite books and movies related to LGBTQIA characters and authors. One of my recent favorites is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Alex is the first son of the United States and dead set on becoming the youngest senator in the U.S. He can't stand Prince Henry of England, and when an international incident brings the two together, they have to play nice for the cameras and pretend to be best friends. In the process, they start to learn a little bit more about each other and find out that Prince Henry has a secret. This is your classic enemies to lovers story, along with some fake dating tropes. If you enjoy the fake dating trope like I do, I have another romantic tale for you, A Prince on Paper by Alyssa Cole. This is the third book in the Reluctant Royals series, but you do not need to read the previous two books in order to enjoy this tale. Naya is the cousin of the newly crowned Queen of Thesolo, and at the Queen's wedding, she gets paired up with Johann, the Playboy Prince of Lichtenberg. Johann's younger half-brother is the heir to the throne, but the monarchy is in trouble when the people of Lichtenberg hold a referendum to decide whether they will keep their kings and queens. When Johann needs to appear better in the eyes of the media and Naya wants to shock her family, the two turn an awkward misunderstanding into a fake engagement for the cameras. But things become more complicated as a political enemy rises and feelings become real. One of my favorite movies to watch during the month of June is appropriately called Pride. Based on a real-life story, this movie focuses on a group of LGBT activists in the early 80s who want to fight back against Margaret Thatcher by raising money for the miners. Most of the mining groups will not take their money, but a small town in Wales will. The movie spends much of its time focusing on the two groups interfacing in the face of adversity. It is full of lovable and complex characters and is an underdog story set against the backdrop of some LGBT history that many people may not know much about.
Hi, this is Patty. For Pride Month, we have a display in the teen area on the second floor. We have books, manga, and graphic novels featuring gay characters in all genres. Come give it a look. I'd like to tell you about two of my favorites. This book, What If It's Us, by Becky Albertalli, who's best known for writing the book that became Love, Simon, and Adam Silvera, who also writes gay characters, introduces us to Ben and Arthur, who meet cute in a New York City post office. They get separated before they can get each other's information, and their friends help them get together. They have a first date that doesn't go so well, and then a second date that doesn't go so well, and, well, what do you think? Are they going to have a happy ending? Give it a try. Another favorite is this graphic novel, The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. In this book, it's set in another century. Prince Sebastian likes to wear dresses. He meets Frances, a designer who has designed a scandalous gown for a countess. She starts designing for Sebastian, and his alter ego is Lady Crystalia. The name Crystalia comes from the ballet costume designer that Frances admires. How far will they get with Sebastian playing Lady Crystalia? And will Frances get to meet her idol costume designer? Take a look. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Nuala from the Kids Library, and several years ago I read the book George by Alex Gino, and I still remember what an impact the character of George made on me when I first read it, and even now. George is a fourth grader, and George was born with the body of a boy, but firmly believes and feels that she is a girl. She goes to school and she wants to act in the school play, and with the help of a very supportive friend, a classmate, she's able to navigate school and make her dreams come true as far as acting, and also has to put up with a school bully who's relentless and a mother who's not always understanding, even when George shares her deepest desires to be a girl. You'll enjoy this story and really understand what it means to live in a body that doesn't feel like you, and really come to appreciate the growth of a character who sticks with her beliefs and her true feelings of who she is and is able to persevere and have the people that care about in her life understand and support her. I highly recommend George by Alex Gino.
Hi everyone, my name is Molly and I am reading Untamed by Glennon Doyle. It is a memoir where Glennon takes you through different changes she's made in her life and how she's really found herself. I think that the book itself is really empowering, it's interesting, and it truly captures just the different changes she's made in her life, how that's affected her in the past, and how that's affected her now. It's been really popular on social media, and I've seen this everywhere. It was recommended to me by my coworker and friend, Carol, and I'm really glad I picked it up.
This week, I've been enjoying reading Seeing Gender, an illustrated guide to identity and expression. In the introduction, the author describes this book as a self-education tool that will allow for non-judgmental exploration of your own gender, increased empathy and understanding of others' experiences, and an invitation to consider the intricacies of intersectionality. Now, this book is incredibly compassionate, insightful, witty, and does an excellent job of simplifying really complex topics. And don't let these beautiful illustrations fool you into thinking that you won't learn a ton from this nonfiction book. It was nominated to be one of ALA's Rainbow Roundtable choices, and though it did not make the top 10 list, I have fallen completely in love with it and could not recommend it more. If you are interested in checking out some of the other nonfiction titles that made the list, consider reading Claiming the Bee in LGBT, Illuminating the Bisexual Narrative, or An Introduction to Transgender Studies by Ardell Thomas, or When Brooklyn Was Queer, A History by Hugh Ryan. We hope you enjoy them as much as we did.